There's a fentanyl deal going down today, a place called the Zone of Death.
Marshals, a new era of Yellowstone.
It's been over a year since Yellowstone left that massive hole in our Sunday nights. For a lot of us, that finale wasn't just the end of a hit show. It felt like losing a world we'd lived in, breathed in, for years. The Dutton Ranch completely went quiet. But when it comes to Casey Dutton's story, we should have known that was never going to end with a whimper. With Marshals, created by Spencer Hudnut, we're riding back into Montana, but man, it feels different this time. It's smaller. It's less about who owns the dirt and more about the heavy emotional price of everything that's already been buried. And it will get even more intimate as the season progresses. Welcome back to Wild West Screams. Today we're analyzing the latest rumors about the upcoming episode of the brand new Yellowstone sequel, Marshals. But first we need to talk about what the premiere episode has presented us with. We pick up 15 months after the Yellowstone finale. Life is a promise. And let's be honest, the Casey we see now isn't the man we remember. He's a man hollowed out by loss. He's lost his father, John. He's lost his brothers. He lost his unborn child. And then, in the blow that truly broke the world, he lost Monica to cancer. I mean, I think we can all agree that this is a bit too much for any man to handle. And a part of me finds it even absurd, to the point of seeing it almost like a lazy writing to give your main character a fresh start. That being said, I have to admit, the grief is handled pretty well in the premiere. Casey and Tate are living like ghosts at East Camp after selling what was left of the ranch to Broken Rock. Their empire is gone. The power is evaporated. All that's left is a father and a son trying to figure out how to simply exist in the wreckage. The show opens with Casey trapped in a dream of his Navy SEAL days, combat, chaos, and his brother-in-arms, Pete Calvin. Then he wakes up, alone. That jump from the battlefield to the bedroom is jarring, and it tells us the truth right away. The war never really left him. It just changed form. There's this tiny moment early on that says more than a 10-minute monologue ever could. Casey spots a coyote in the pasture. He raises his rifle. We know he could pull that trigger in his sleep. That's who he's always been. Decisive, lethal, a soldier. He lowers the gun. He lets it walk. In that heartbeat, you feel him trying, really trying, to choose a version of himself that doesn't involve killing, but peace. Peace doesn't sit naturally on a Dutton's shoulders. When Tate wants to join a protest at Broken Rock over a mining project poisoning their water, Casey pushes back. He tells Tate that the ranch is their only fight now, and when he says it, you can hear John Dutton's ghost in his voice. It's subtle, but it's there. Casey is becoming the very thing he spent his life pushing against. He regrets it instantly, chasing after Tate to try and fix it, but that bond is fragile. Tate is grieving his mom. Casey is drowning in guilt, and neither of them has the words to bridge that gap. Then, the past shows up on his doorstep in the form of Cal. Pete Calvin, also known as Cal, is a U.S. Marshal now, and he's been trying to recruit Casey for a while. Casey's answer has always been no. He wants the quiet life. He wants simplicity. But when Cal tells him that fugitives are targeting women on the reservation, something inside Casey shifts. This isn't some abstract crime report. This is personal. This is Broken Rock. This is Monica's community. Without another word, he's in. At the same time, we see the stakes on the reservation. Thomas Rainwater is fighting a mining project that's literally killing his people. Cancer rates are climbing, and families are suffering. This protest isn't political theater, it's survival. As Casey joins the Marshal team, meeting Belle, Miles, and Andrea, you see a group of people who are just as layered and complicated as he is. They've all got baggage, and when they track a fugitive to a remote cabin, we see the old Casey return. He says he's done with the fire, but when a suspect bolts on horseback, he doesn't hesitate. Clearly, this lifestyle is now an instinct for him. After a brief moment of normal at the Bullet and Barrel Saloon, the storm hits. The Marshals are pulling security at the protest, and Casey is only there because he knows Tate is in that crowd. When he finds his son holding a photo of Monica, the confrontation is raw. Tate tells him that Casey should be leading the charge for what Monica believed in, not standing on the sidelines. And it hurts, because the kid is right. Then, the bomb goes off, causing a total chaos. Rainwater is injured. and the show shifts instantly from a slow-burn drama into a high-stakes thriller. The trail leads back to a man named Jim Kane, but the real puppet master is a man named John Decker. Casey tracks him to a hospital, leading to a brutal, desperate knife fight in a bathroom. It's fast, it's violent, and it's deeply uncomfortable. Casey kills him, but the victory feels heavy. During the interrogation of Kane, Casey finally drops the shield. He tells him about when Tate was kidnapped years ago. He doesn't threaten. He speaks as a father who knows that specific brand of terror. That vulnerability is what breaks the case wide open. Rainwater was the target all along. The hunt takes them toward Glacier National Park, but there's a sting in the tail, an inside leak. Owen Kilborn, the fish and game director, is the mole. The rescue mission that follows is intense. Helicopters, a fierce firefight, Bell getting injured, and Miles being forced to take his first life. You see the shock settle into him, but Casey transforms. He's a soldier again, controlled, ruthless, focused. It's not glamorous to watch. It's haunting. He even uses coercive tactics to get what he needs. In those moments, you realize something truly heartbreaking. The man who wanted peace so badly was built for war. When Kilborn tries to use a child as a shield, Casey ends it. Clean. Final. But Kilborn's dying words, in which he said, "You've stopped nothing," hint at a much larger conspiracy lurking in the shadows. By the end, Bell's secrets are showing. Miles is struggling with his soul, and Calvin's life is falling apart, and Casey is now standing at the ultimate crossroads. Casey talks with Rainwater and Mo about Pia Wakoni, that new beginning. In a beautiful moment of grace, he tells Tate he doesn't have to inherit the ranch if he wants something different. For the first time, Casey isn't pushing a legacy like a cage onto his son. Then he goes to Monica's grave. He tells her he's trying to be someone else. And then he picks up his rifle. That coyote from the morning? It's back in the pasture. This time, Casey doesn't hesitate. He shoots. It's not about the animal. It's about acceptance. It's the realization that the part of him forged in violence isn't something he can just set down and walk away from. Pia Wakoni promises a new start, but it reminds us that a new start doesn't erase who you are. It just forces you to look it in the eye. That's what makes this premiere so powerful. It's watching a man who lost everything try to figure out if he can still be more than his past. If you're curious about what's coming next, CBS has already released the official synopsis for Marshals Season 1, Episode 2. And it definitely sounds like things are about to get intense. The episode is titled Zone of Death, and here's the gist of it in a more real-world, no press release kind of way. Just as Casey is trying to lean into this so-called new beginning, a U.S. Marshals operation pulls him into the middle of a domestic terror threat. But this isn't just another mission. It takes him straight into a place tied to some very dark Dutton history. A literal valley filled with buried family secrets. While he's facing all of that baggage from his past, he's also trying to find his footing with his new team. Remember, Casey isn't officially one of them yet in spirit. He's still the outsider. So at the same time he's confronting old wounds, he's also trying to earn trust and prove he belongs. Zone of Death airs Sunday, March 8th on CBS, and it'll also be streaming on Paramount Plus, live and on demand for premium subscribers, and available the next day for essential plan subscribers. Now let's talk about what really stands out here. The phrase buried Dutton family skeletons feels very deliberate to me. And if you've watched Yellowstone, your mind probably went exactly where mine did. Are we talking about literal skeletons? Could this somehow connect to the infamous train station? Or is this more symbolic, meaning Casey is about to confront emotional and moral fallout from the Dutton legacy? Either way, the show clearly isn't running from its roots. It sounds like Marshals is going to keep digging into the mythology of the Dutton family, but through Casey's lens. And that's interesting, because Casey has always been the Dutton who tried to live with one foot outside the empire. Now he may be forced to fully reckon with what that empire really left behind. Based on the small teaser that is released, it can be seen that the group is about to get closer and bond over a new case, taking place around that so-called zone of interest. And personally, I cannot wait for it. But let me know if you liked Marshals so far, and would you want to keep on watching it? Stay gritty, stay wild. I'll see you on the next trail. Until then, watch this video.